So yeah, you're viral right now. Like literally, you're viral right now as we speak. You know, Kamaru. You're a brother to me. You already know. We got a long history. You've built yourself up to this point. For the guys that don't know, how did you get to this point? Because you've been, you were wrestling before. You were doing a lot of things. How did you get to this point, and how you holding this belt now?
It's just consistent work, man. Time and time again, I see nowadays a lot of these guys. We're in the social media era. We're in the clout chasing era. A lot of guys just want to be famous. And they want all the money, they want the lights, the glory, and all the things that come with that. But one thing they're not realizing is the work that goes behind it. A lot of these guys don't know what my mindset is and how hard I've worked to get to this point. Because a lot of people are like, oh, you've only been in the sport for 8 years, but you're the champion. You only started wrestling in high school, but by the time you were a senior, you almost won the state championship.
They've been neglecting you for your shot for a while, and you had to take that shot from
and
guys.
So, a lot of guys don't understand the work that goes behind it to being champion. And that's what it is. When you put the work in, everything else comes. As opposed to nowadays where everybody just wants to shine, but don't want to put the grind in.
How's the hand? How long until we see you again?
The hand is doing good. I think in about 2 weeks, hopefully I start the rehab and they can let me start punching again. But
how proud are you of Mo?
I'm extremely proud of my brother Mo. Mo is he's doing it. He's following the path. And that's the thing is when you have somebody who has done it, the goal is to make it easier on yourself, to not go through it or struggle the way that they had to go through. So he's doing great right now, and big news coming from him soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. Colby, what did Colby mean to you?
Colby was a good fight, and this is the thing that people don't realize is at the end of the day, as a champion, when you just run over everybody and no one cares. Then you go out, you were a champion, but then everyone's like, no one really remembers anything. To have those memorable fights, those memorable moments, you got to have the right dance partner. And that's what Colby was. He said all the things that he wanted to say. He did all and played all the antics that he wanted to play. But at the end of the day, when we got in there, the better man won. I went in there and I took care of business, and I got it done for not just myself, but for the whole world.
Yeah, 100%. Everybody wanted to see you beat that guy. I remember when you were ranked 15, and then you got to 11, then you got to 9, then you got to 7, and then there was 2 ties at 7, and then you moved up to 3, and then you got your shot. You took the long road, bro, and they tried to deny you a long time. How did you stay persistent and how did you persevere through that? Because I remember, man, our conversations 2 years ago, and I remember you telling me, man, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, and that's the deal is, as we sit and talk nowadays, it's very rare that you see a champion and you just look at the champion and you're like, oh, well, who has he fought here in the top 10? Look at the division. I fought 1, I fought 2, I fought 4, 5, 6, all those guys. And that's what happens when, these guys try to deny me over and over and over and over again. At some point, I knew I was determined to be the champion, and I was going to take that from these guys. And that's exactly what I did. And I took it. Now they're looking at the rankings like, who can he fight now? Oh, damn, he's ran through the whole division before he even got here.
Yeah, you already fought that
guy. It is what it is. We got one guy that, now that's running his mouth that, he thinks he's next in line. So, you be careful with what you ask for. Colby did the exact same thing. He asked for this. He ran his mouth. Oh, he's going to do this. He's going to embarrass me. He's going to shock me. He's going to end my career. He's going to do all those things. And that didn't go very well for him. And then this guy, he's a guy that Colby used to embarrass. Colby used to spank.
But you guys got that little Florida thing going on.
It is what it is. At the end of the day, part of being a champion is going in there and taking care of business. And, when that fight does happen, I will go in there and take care of business.
You've been pushing for 2 particular things, a fight in Africa and a fight in Dallas. How close do you think you are to getting one of those 2 eventually? Because I see now you got 2 world champions who are African, Nigerian, and then you got another one, Francis, who's right in the mix. So it's a possibility for those things to happen. What do you think? In your honest opinion, what do you think can happen in that?
I think, of course, Dallas. I think Dallas will happen because they've been to Dallas a few times before.
American
and
Airlines, we were there.
Yeah, we've been there a few times, and I think the right kind of fight, we might step into Jerry's world there.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I think, like I said, I'm the champion. I have options now. You know, like if Conor decides that this is what he wants to come in and challenge, we'll let Conor go in and step in.
Yeah.
I mean, it only makes sense.
Yeah.
So if he decides that he wants to go for his third world title, why can't we do that in Jerry's world?
I don't think he wants small. I don't think he want that small.
No, of course he don't want that. Of course he don't want that smoke.
I don't think he want that.
But that's the fight that we can take down there in Dallas. So we can knock that out down there. But UFC Africa is something that's in the works. Like they can't deny that for too long.
Yeah.
Like we've got 2 champions now, making waves. Like actually, big buzz around.
Yeah.
And then you go in there and throw in the heavyweight champion through, and Francis Ngannou, and then you got contenders like Sadiq Yusuf. You go ahead and throw him in the mix there.
He's looking good.
You got Kennedy in there. You drop him in there as well. You've got Razak Al Hassan. You throw him in there as well. The talent pool is enormous.
Man, I'm so happy for you, because I've known your journey, I've known your process, and I know how long it took you to get to this point. You know what I mean? I know your family. I know, so it's amazing to see all of it come full circle for you. Obviously, I'm in the game, so you know how it goes. But I definitely would like you to eventually get one of my guys in there with you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Nick and Nate, and those are guys that have been in the sport for a long, long time, and Nick. If he decide he wants to come back and he's stepping in, it makes sense.
It'll be an honor, man.
Nick was one of those guys that everybody knows, everybody's heard of.
Yeah.
So why not? I'm the reigning champion now, and this is a belt that has eluded Nick for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So if he wanted his shot and the company felt like, hey, we can make that happen, then absolutely, let's make it happen.
Well, we're gonna sign out. Before we sign out, what's your pick Sunday Super Bowl?
Man, the Kansas City Chiefs, man, I compare them to like a boulder rolling downhill. Once they start scoring, it's a problem for everybody.
Yeah.
But I think the 49ers are more of a complete team.
Yeah.
The 49ers, you got to go through hell and hot water to even get a point on them. And so, I think if they're able to sustain that and play the way they played all season, they might come out with the win. But, my team was the Baltimore Ravens. My boys play for them. That was a team that – phenomenal all year.
People don't know you got a little. He went to the top football high school in Texas, Bowie. At that point, they were very high. They were very high on the rankings. But I always love, brother. I'm gonna let you go because I know you got to make your runs. The world champ here, Kamaru Usman, signing out.
What's up, sports fans? Breon Page here with Fanatics Viewed. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed watching and you want to see more content, subscribe down below.